Oh, shit. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Welcome to Up with a Cup in the morning with Chuck. Not all the episodes gonna be in the morning. That's why I'm saying in the morning with Chuck, cause this is morning time. It's a beautiful rainy day. The thing about it is today I'm going to get my hair cut today, so this is gonna be the last time you're gonna see me looking all rough and rugged. You know what I'm saying? With my face looking all crazy in this camera like this here with y'all. It's raining right now. Can't do nothing outside. Have a lot of things that's going on. I'm gonna give a shout out to I Love Comics. What's good with I Love Comics? He got a great channel over there. If you into comic books, they do a massive breakdown. They do a lot of Easter eggs and they have a lot of things that they keep it interesting and entertaining. So if you're interested in comics, you know what I'm saying, if you check us out, you know what I'm saying, the Heroic Vibration Podcast, where we talk about Marvels and comics and stuff like that. The person that I Love Comics, he have a great channel. Go check him out whenever you get an opportunity to. And but today, let me clear my throat. Delicious. All right, let's see what they got going on, because I know we're gonna talk about little Trump, because I seen something and I'm gonna find out, give y'all my live reaction of when we hear about what Trump's new nickname's supposed to be. That I think Pelosi had gave him, but I'm not 100% sure. But we're gonna find out. That's why I said it's gonna be a live reaction. So it's live, and I'm gonna hear it live. So we gonna find out together at the same time. But unless you already know about it. So but beforehand, they got something on the Breakfast Club with the Roman report about Michelle Obama. We find out what she said about her and Barack. Go ahead. Let's knock it all up. Start the thing all right. Get my cup in. Y'all get it?
Well, left it broke down as he was talking about retiring from hip hop. As you know, he's done a deal with Twitch, and he's going to begin his career over there as a gamer. And here's what he had to say.
I want to thank Kendrick, because he doesn't know how much he was there for me, and Cole, and Drake, and ASAP, and Ferg. There's too many people, man.
Hey, you
I
get a
thank
shout out
I
for
love
real.
you all.
Shit.
I bid you farewell, and as always, I'm obediently yours. I won't be on the internet for the first time in my career, because it hurts me, and every time I release an album, I just want it to be loved, and this time I don't check the internet because I finally love myself.
I'm glad Logic has found love in himself. Okay, retirement isn't an age, it's an income, or it's a place of peace. And if he's found peace, God bless him.
Right, he explained more when he did this Billboard interview on why he was planning to retire.
I just wanted to retire because I'm just over it, man. And not even in a negative way. I'm just over it. I love music, and I'm gonna continue to make music on my own. I don't know what I just can't not make music. It's a journal for me. It's how I express myself. It's how I heal. But I'm stepping away. And the thing is too, I'm not trying to make it this big show oh my God, because it's not that deep. You either believe me or you don't.
Yeah, like Charlamagne said, whatever makes him happy, man, at this point. It ain't about the money. It's about being happy. And if that makes him happy, so be it.
Yeah, they right. They make him happy. I don't know who he is, what he got going on. If y'all know anything about this here situation, let me know something. But for me personally, I feel like that about anybody. It's better to do a job that you like to do, and that's what most people call a career, because you like to do it, and more than a job, something you have to do.
He's still going to be doing music. It just won't be the way that he was doing it before, because he's tired of checking the internet.
Like this right here, be being on the internet. Now, see, doing it, I can fuck with it.
So emulate that, and you'll have an inspiration. Maybe, I'm just saying, just throwing things out there.
Is that how he is in Notice? I've never really, got into Logic. Does he emulate?
Yeah, Logic.
Dan is probably red right now. Dan, if that's your favorite artist,
I don't know. If y'all know how to get tell Logic, let's get on some 2K or some Madden. Let's do something. Get on Twitch or RIP Mixer. RIP Mixer. We get on Twitch or get on here on YouTube, gaming or Facebook. If we can do it, we can do it, If there's a will, there's a way. Ain't it though? I bet you we can cut up. I mean, just imagine me and Logic getting on that game together and see who can cut up the bad.
About Megan Thee Stallion. Now, it wasn't about the situation.
Why don't want to hear nothing about Megan Thee Stallion?
Was probably pretty bad.
You know what? Breakfast Club think they slick, because they probably say about 2 seconds about Michelle and Barack Obama. That's what I'm going straight to. See? That's all I'm hearing about Michelle.
Obama, her podcast. Her first guest will be None other than Barack Obama. So that is going to be on the debut episode of the Michelle Obama podcast that will be released on July 29th. They actually have put out a teaser. And listen to this.
We are here with a few members of my posse.
Remember, you used to have temper tantrums.
No, we don't need to talk about that. Who was able to convince Mom to move to the White House?
I was able to convince Mom to move to the White House because I'm her favorite.
Yes.
That's why.
You made us all feel like not just our work had value, but our lives had value. You are the eternal
I'm
Yes, we can today.
yes, we can, man.
That's a cheat code. You can come out the gate with your first interview with President Barack Obama. I need to know what credentials Michelle Obama has as a journalist to be sitting down with President Barack Obama. Okay? I would like to know.
I don't think you have a choice. How about that? It's certain things you just don't have a choice with.
You drop on the clues about Michelle Obama. What's the name of the podcast?
The Michelle Obama podcast.
Michelle Obama podcast.
Michelle Obama podcast. That's what that shit was all
She
about.
also said throughout the first season.
You know what? I don't want to hear nothing else about none of that. That was a waste of our moment. Let's go ahead and see about the Daredevil act about this Marvel allegations and shit that they got going on. Y'all know if they come on with the we finna find out right now. We saving the meat and the potatoes about the live reaction about with Trump for a moment. We just getting warmed up for a second. Waiting to some more people fall in here, and then we're gonna
Well, I guess now we know why Kevin Feige took everything over at Marvel and why the decision was made that Jeff Loeb should probably get the boot. Yeah, let's talk about what happened with Daredevil.
well, I'm a Daredevil.
So there's been a lot going on in Hollywood in the last couple months, and there's certainly been a lot said against directors and showrunners that have been running multiple big franchises. Today we're talking about Marvel Entertainment, specifically Marvel Television's head, Jeff Loeb. Recently, Daredevil actor Peter Shinkoda, who was known as Nobu in the Daredevil series, most of you might remember him as the Red Ninja, opened up about some, let's just say some racial remarks that were made by Jeff Loeb. So here is what was said. Jeff Loeb told the writer's room not to write Nobu and Gal, and this was reiterated many times by many of the writers and showrunners. He said, "Nobody cares about Chinese people and Asian people. Nobody gives a beep, so do not write about Nobu and Gao." As a result, the storyline was dropped. Now, as I'm recording this, just to preface this, this has actually just been in the news for a couple of hours, and it will go up probably Monday. Now, at the time, I'm going to wait for probably 48 hours to see if there's any updates, if any more voices come on and say something or add to it. Then I'll make a follow-up video to this, but quite clearly, right off the bat, there's a few things that do make sense here, which again, I don't want to point fingers.
All right, before he gets to talking about that, then let me get my points across about this here. This is what I would like to see. With a situation like this here, now with Daredevil was with Netflix. They had a cooling off period before Kevin Feige could get his hands back on these Netflix Defenders characters or whatever like that. So with Daredevil, and then you have Iron Fist, and now you have Quan-Chi that's gonna come out. From what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be like the first MCU martial arts tournament movie. So like like blood sports and edge type movies like that. So what I'm gonna think about this is a lot of the storyline that was dropped and a lot of the things that Ronan had did when they were showing with Endgame and with Hawkeye, and they could actually bring a lot of that story that they said people don't care nothing about what's going on with Asians, whatever he was saying about with the Chinese and the Asians and stuff like that, that nobody cares about what goes on from their perspective, right? So basically, that actually works in a favor of now somebody that has there's more open mind to being diverse and how people are sick and tired of seeing the same old from the same perspective. The same thing has been done before. So now it's perfect timing that everybody have the opportunity to see things from a different perspective and watch it with like without these lenses and open eyes and saying, okay, now I'm understanding. Okay, you can have the with Quan-Chi everybody that's looking for the rings and stuff like that, you can have not Daredevil, you can have Iron Fist. You can have him appear up in there. Instead of going with an origin story with Iron Fist, y'all could already have Iron Fist Iron Fist. Now the same thing about it is you could reference all the things that happen in this origin story, and if anybody wanna go back and say how Iron Fist origin story was, they can reference the Netflix series that's going to be taken out for Netflix in the near future, and pretty soon whatever Disney going to do, where they're going to put they darker movies and stuff in. I'm guessing they're going to try to come, because everybody want to do this now, put everything in one location, that way they could drive all traffic here. So basically they don't have to do that for Iron Fist. They already have an origin story for Iron Fist. The dude that played Iron Fist from the beginning, I understand that they felt like the bad stigma that was around him and the Iron Fist, but at the moment they can always use like the same character, but only reference the past, that as long as it don't affect anything that's going to occur going forward in the MCU. The things that happen on the Iron Fist and the Jessica Jones and the Luke Cage series, none of these events played no role that changed anything inside of the MCU. None of those movies. So you don't have to introduce Daredevil. You don't have to introduce Luke Cage. You don't have to introduce the Punisher. You don't have to you don't even have to add Jessica Jones. But you don't have to introduce none of these characters. You could just take these raw characters, bring them into their own movie, and and people can understand. Let's say some of the side characters that get recast. Even if you want to bring some of the old side characters back and then recast it. See, all of the old Daredevil movies, the TV shows on the Netflix, y'all don't have to you don't have to acknowledge what those shows, but you can acknowledge moments that fits inside, like say Daredevil's past, when his dad was a boxer. Then you can acknowledge the fact that his dad sold his fight out and stuff like that. And if a person wants reference, they can always go back to that and see the things and get just a core knowledge of what the origin story of these characters was, like Daredevil, the Punisher. You don't have to show Punisher from day one, or even with Jigsaw. You don't even have to show him in at the beginning. I mean, like, saying none of this stuff here. He could already be a character. They could already have these things going. Or actually, you can have them where the Punisher has already killed Jigsaw. Now you at this point where, he and the person is thinking he had killed Jigsaw. You can go from that right there, and then from there you can bring in the Punisher into the MCU. So now it'll be like he was having things that was going on at the same time the snap happened and stuff like that. So now you can talk about what's going on with the Punisher. If you want to do an origin story, do an origin like what happened with the Punisher during the snap, or after the snap happened, everybody returned, and now people he was supposed to kill, they got snapped away that he didn't kill. Now he got to go back, now that they reappear, that he got to go back now and finish hunting people down after he retired for 5 years. You could bring in a Punisher like that. Things like that, or Daredevil. He did all the things that he had already done. He can come in straight into Spider-Man as Matt Murdock, just strictly be his lawyer. He don't even have to bring up nothing about Daredevil. He could disappear, like when he with Spider-Man, and just all of a sudden, he do his little mystery things, and they could show him in and out like that. If that's necessary, needed for him to suit up to help Spider-Man out in a fight, all they have to do is just update his suit. Just give him an MCU suit. Once they put that MCU Daredevil suit on him, the whole thought of the Netflix TV series is going to disappear, especially if they stick the landing with the suit. Especially with the Punisher, the same thing. The suit, if they can stick the landing with the, the suit with the skull and the bulletproof vest and stuff like that, and they could, the way his pants and everything, just, if they could, simple things, it might not even sound like it's going to be like, how they going to do a better suit than a bulletproof vest with a spray paint of a Punisher sign on there that look just like the comic book. I mean, we talking about the MCU. The only thing they have to do is make sure that they suit fit inside of the MCU, and at the same time, it have to be movie quality. It can't be this TV show quality, even though it was good and it felt grounded and it felt gritty, but it don't have to be this Netflix. It has to be movie quality. Same thing with Iron Man. Iron Man could be on the on Disney, not Disney, on Netflix with the Iron Man suit. You know, look at the quality of what it would have dropped down to. See, things like that, it plays a major role. But back to this racism thing. See, I'm glad Kevin Feige came in there and he cleaned the house because I don't like this. I like the whole concept of seeing things from a different perspective. From I like when there's no bad guy. It's only perspective. So you might have from this side people understanding it from this perspective, say, oh, this why this person doing this him. But if you're watching the show from this perspective, this is why you seeing what's going on, right? So once you come from this perspective, you seeing, oh, this why this person doing this and this why this person doing that. But if you seen it from the other perspective, you would have felt the other way. Like to me, they was sticking the landing the way they did Kingpin on Daredevil, right? They was sticking there where it was only based about perspective, right? When they did Luke Cage season 2, when O'Bar was trying to revenge for his family and he was trying to protect his family, and it was basically depends on perspective. What perspective that you seen it in. So when you seen that, if you was looking at it, oh, you got to take it from this inside the United States. This person here. This what they did to their family. So I'm like, okay, he had it with special herb and stuff like that. When it came with Bushmaster, so I like when they have characters that make you feel like it's only by perspective that make you feel like this is right or this is wrong. So that's one of the things that I like to see, and I want to see more of that being introduced inside of the MCU, because that's one thing they villains was missing. The way they did Thanos, I like the concept that he was like a person that was doing like he was trying to think about everybody, like the benefit of everybody, and he was the only person that was strong enough, that was able enough to will and had the mentality to do what needs to be done. With that being said, that gave Thanos a real reason to do what he was doing. That made him not just feel like a okey doke villain. That made him feel like he had purpose. Same thing with the not Falcon, the Vulture on Spider-Man Homecoming, when he was trying to work and he was doing business and the things that happened. The only thing he was doing was like he was just a vulture, just grabbing things, trying to feed his family, trying to do what he has to do. I could understand why he was doing it, trying to do it for his family, his wife, and his daughter. So therefore, that made him more relatable. That made him less just a villain, just saying he's a bad guy just to be a bad guy. And Spider-Man stopping him and go Spider-Man. You like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You kind of had that tug of war stage. See, when they do villains like that, I understand. And Spider-Man 2, it was more or less than that. It was more just like a revenge of the Avengers story. So he just wanted to get revenge on Iron Man. He wanted to make it so it went back to the typical villain, just to be a villain feel. Even though they kind of gave them they just felt like they was burnt, so they felt mad about something. They felt salty. So that's why I didn't care for the villains on the second Spider-Man, Far From Home. But it still was a good movie. I like the concept and the way they did it. But I just wanted the villain just to have just that concept of what he doing was not wrong. If you looked at it was just perspective of which side you seen it. It was missing that element. That was the only thing that Spider-Man 2 was missing. Now let's finish watching this, yo.
Maybe we'll hear a little bit more about it, but it is sort of interesting that the character was quickly dropped, and obviously you could see that they were planning more with the character, and then just nothing. And the overarching story and everything just did seem flimsy at best. Now, when it comes to this type of a thing, the racism and everything right there, I mean, yes, we saw how this played out in all the series, how the character was sort of sidelined along with others. And I'm going to speculate that this is probably what happened with the Defenders. Again, I'm recording this before anything else is coming out, but it's going to be my belief that this is why they just threw Sigourney Weaver in there, and they sort of dropped the major Asian influence parts of the Hand, because that seemed very weird from the beginning to me. I mean,
hey, they do make a lot of sense about that, because I was a person you can go back in any of my clips. I was saying Defenders, something wasn't right about the movie. And when they was having Madam Lady on there, she was like the person, like she was the Asian lady, and she felt like she was supposed to be this badass super person. Then Nicole Weaver, the girl that played in the Alien movie, she came in there. Man, was good with the chaos. When she came in there, it felt watered down. And then her role, because I was like, oh, I love the way they keep these movies grounded. And then when it came with the Defenders, now it went from grounded to she standing in there and talking. Da, 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 and they standing right from me. Like, why don't you just punch her? She right there. But before the Defenders, they didn't have all that. They're still villain, then they felt more flush like something that happened in real life. And then all of a sudden, Nicole Weaver came in there, and it was like, well, the Asian lady felt more badass. Like, she kind of felt like the ancient one. That's on the the bald head lady on the she was on the end game that was from Doctor Strange when she hit the Hawk like this here, knock his soul out his body or knock his body out his body. But when she did that, Madam Gal. She kind of gave you that feel like she was just that bad. And then the Asian influence that they had in them, it kind of felt like it was like an element of the movie. Like it didn't have enough, not diversity, and I ain't talking about like as in racial diversity. It was missing that. But what I mean by diversity, like the storyline, it felt like it was missing elements that should have been, side storylines or more like storylines that kind of weave inside the storyline. And from what I'm hearing about, they was like nobody cared about what went on with the I guess from the Asians, and from that's why they cut her out of them, and the person that had the scorpion whip, and why they cut their story, like they just kind of chopped it off because it was supposed to play a major role. And if it would have played a major role, that probably would have filled in the movie a hell of a lot better instead of adding all these little filler scenes so it can make that 45-minute mark or whatever like that. But that was a good point. And it made more sense why at the end of the Defenders they had Nagana Weaver in them instead of Madam Gal. Because Madam Gal, to me, she felt like she should have played a bigger role inside of the Defenders. And she should have been more of that person, like the person over everybody. Like at the end, because she felt like she was the person that was supposed to outsmart everybody. Like how she was talking to the Kingpin, like she never said nothing, and they never knew she not speak English. But if you paid attention, that anytime that Kingpin spoke, she never told Madam Gal what Kingpin said. She just, when she spoke in Chinese, and then the woman translated what she said to Kingpin. And I was like, okay, if you go back and you paid attention, that's more like how the conversation went back and forth. And then she sat down and then she started talking in English, like she never, like I don't know how to talk English. And she was like how she been around for all this time, and like it made it more mystical. And then all of a sudden they just kind of like fell away from that. Same way, let me give you a perfect example. How on the Flash, how Joe West, Wally West and Iris West fought him, had a child, and now all of a sudden had a kid, and all of a sudden boom, disappeared. You don't hear nothing about no child or whatever like that. They talk about it every blue moon because they have to. Like once they're do 3 little sentences and keep going on. Yeah, they doing the same thing with that what I had noticed with that. So hopefully, since Kevin Feige got Daredevil and everything back, when they doing the 10 rings or the 5 rings, I'm talking about the 10 rings, when they doing the Shang-Chi, and they doing a tournament, that they bring characters like Daredevil, not Daredevil, like Iron Fist in them, and I'm saying they do not have to do an origin story. The only thing they have to do is just do a callback to anything about his origin story that they need to. And if anybody wants to know anything about his origin story, they'll go back and watch that. So you don't have to start none of these characters from the beginning. That's the beauty of it. But back to this, him talking about the racism, and then I'm probably going to hop on my reaction about what Trump's new nickname is.
I think we even discussed that way back when, right? What
hopefully it's something good.
He's just American and white now. I remember distinctly we talked about this, so I definitely feel like there's something here, and this would make sense why Kevin Feige took over and he just looked at everything and said, yeah, we're trying to be diverse, and we literally have a Asian that's going to lead a movie, and what were you doing? Yeah, Loeb, get the step in. So, again, when there is a big update, I will update on this, but I'm definitely inclined to believe Peter is not lying here because the evidence already seems there.
Yeah, I don't think he's lying either. Matter of fact, let's check out, see what he got to say, what he had to say. Right now we jacking for podcasters. So right here to say about Zack Snyder talk about the evil Superman. And we're going to give our opinion what we think about Zack Snyder and his evil Superman. Hey, I got to fill up. Oh, good thing. Got my coffee pot. Went and bought me a big stupid thing of coffee about yay big. You heard me? Yeah. And when I did that, now I'm able to fix my own coffee. The only bad thing is I need to figure out a way that can give me, because, I need to give me a bigger cup, some more cups, put out cups. But keep my coffee hot at the same time. Then I need to come up with an invention. I just talk about 10 seconds. Ain't take me that long, huh? Triple cook. Man, I do gotta wash my dishes. The bigger cup is dirty, so I got the baby cup right now. And yeah, I know it's just a cup and it'll take me a few seconds to wash it out, but I'm being lazy. Hey, can't fault me. Yes, you can, but oh, let me see something. Bow, ain't none of that. Yeah, we're gonna get to saying about what the Zack Snyder had to say about this Dark Superman. Because to be honest with you, when Superman had to do the reshoots, I was like, why they have to shave off his beard? If Superman is in was dead, and when he come back to life, they should have had him in a black suit, and he should have had a full beard, even though he had to grow his mustache for the other movie. The only thing they had to do was let this hair get a little rough. And if they let that get a little rough, he'd have been right? So they had to digitally do all this stuff to make him not have it. They could have just had it, well, he just came out the grave, so he gonna have all his face. They'd have showed Superman on the movie with a full beard, so they can miss me with that, oh, his face probably so strong that he don't go, or whatever, like whatever kind of thought they have in their mind. But let's see what Zack Snyder what they got to say about this Dark Superman, because to me that just made common sense, and I was wondering why they didn't do that. But I digress.
Evil Superman in the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Oh,
of course,
evil,
this
yeah.
was teased as far back as Man of Steel with the flashes to what Superman could become. Then, of course, they went on full into it with the nightmare scene. So let's talk about the evil Superman and hear what director Zack Snyder has to say.
See what Zack had to say about the evil Superman.
Now, obviously, there's something that needs to be mentioned here. Evil Superman is usually under the influence of something that's messing with his mind. Usually kryptonite, but it can be a villain that also makes him have evil tendencies. Superman's not just evil for the sake of being evil, unless you look at Red Sun and how that story unfolds and, the upbringing. But we're not going to bring that up in here because obviously we're talking about the movie version. But there was a lot of people that obviously called the Superman we had evil Superman because he wasn't doing, everything Superman does. And it was a different tale, so I understand that. So that's just in the past now. Looking to the future, we're looking at the Snyder Cut. And recently, Zack Snyder was asked about evil Superman, about his portrayal of Superman, and of course the Snyder Cut, and the involvement of the black suit and everything. And here's what he had to say when asked about evil Superman. Now, I'm not going to read it all because it's quite a lengthy quote, but he says he's not 100% sure if he loves the whole concept of evil Superman, but he loves the Superman journey and the character's evolution, and if that's something that comes into place, then fine, that can be used, but it has to fall into that right place where it can be utilized in a way. You can't just make Superman evil for the sake of making him evil. And then he talks a little bit about his relationships with people, with humanity, the things he's seen, and does he sort of perceive humanity as evil, and is humanity perceiving him as evil because they did? So again, that's a lot of, things to bring into the whole evil aspect of Superman and how it goes. And again, it's one of these things where you can't just quantify it as one thing, because sometimes one person's perception of evil to them is obviously good, and that's why they're doing it, right? So
Well, my concept was better, a hell of a lot better. Superman should have just came out in his dark suit when he came out the grave, when they woke him up. And I don't like how they did it in him. The fight scene, something about it just said it didn't sit right with me. It said a little off, like it just didn't line correctly. I can't be the only person that feel like that. It just didn't. It felt like it was choppy or it just messy or something like that. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and find out what Nancy Pelosi gave Trump a new nickname. Now the thing about it is, I'm gonna check it out on the Late Show. So I'm gonna hear what they have to say and talk about theirs, and then I'm gonna hear what she said his nickname was. So y'all ready to see what the live reaction going live with a live reaction? You gotta stop that one first. Boy, she be trying to put it to Trump though. Nancy Pelosi. It be funny sometimes. See, things like that kind of it get you into politics when you would have never been interested in politics.
Welcome to Late Night, everyone. I hope you all had a good weekend. And I really hope that was the weekend. There's just no way to know. Let's get to the news. President Trump announced yesterday he will not be able to throw out the ceremonial first pitch of the New York Yankees game next month because of his, quote, strong focus on the China virus, including scheduled meetings on vaccines.
Hey, Trump throwing a ball. I wonder if he gonna grandmama it and pitch it underhand, or Trump gonna try to throw it overhand, or is he gonna just try to, with a side arm? You know what I'm saying? That would be amazing. But from what we seeing, they let Trump about to cop out and not do it at all.
Our economy and much else. He then ran the tweet by his
It's raining. My lights might go out.
Looks good. Let's hit the back nine.
Because it is a storm.
President Trump mocked Joe Biden on Twitter yesterday after the former vice president.
I hope they'll go out. Oh, no, don't do it, lights. And it clicked out for a second and it's back on. Like some Casper the Ghost haunted house there and shit. Why it be raining and shit like that? Crazy part, if it was haunted, I'd be going live, so that means y'all see everything. Be like old haunted house movie type shit. Oh, look, I wait till my shit kick back on. That be hard and it turns off. And wasn't number little flicker like that. All of a sudden you hear a big boom. Boom! Everybody, oh shit. I be here talking shit about Donald Trump. Yeah, Trump do that. Boom! And all of a sudden I just be up there somewhere. Y'all be like, oh man, y'all seen True Trump, man. That be the way I went viral. The only time you don't want to go viral, that's when you do. And that's how it works sometimes. No, think about it. A lot of people that went viral, you think they wanted to go viral, like right now. If this here, I'm just gonna leave this out for us. Whatever it's doing. Y'all still with me? You still with me? Hit the like button if you're still with me. Because I don't know what just went on. Hey, we're going to play it back. We're going to see it on the replay back. Technical difficulties. Hopefully everything goes through though. Yeah, you still with me? That's what's up, huh? Yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah, we almost went through a shutdown. As soon as I said we about to talk about Trump and his new nickname, man, they must have sent a surge to and shot everything down there. Oh no, we don't need triple cup reaction to this shit here. This might be something different. I was waiting. I was there. We was already warming up. We was at the batting play like Babe Ruth. You know how you did? I don't know, cause I heard about the Mandela effect. Cause I heard first time he didn't swing, and now I heard that he swung or supposed to be something, or he didn't do something, and it was something they were saying about was a part of the Mandela effect. So if y'all know anything about what happened with the Mandela effect and Babe Ruth, leave a comment, so we can get that conversation going, because that is some crazy stuff. A lot of people don't even know who Nelson Mandela is, so they might not know what the Mandela effect is, but some people might know what the Mandela effect is and don't know where it came from, and it came from Nelson Mandela. But so if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, if you're a part of this channel, if you came here, you know they got the such thing as the is what they call the multiverse. They have a such thing as the multiverse and time travel and all these quantum, the quantum verse and all these things here. So stuff that we say is just, it ain't gonna be as far-fetched as, okay, I gotta let all that load back up. It ain't gonna be as far-fetched as, hold up. Okay, it's still coming in, but the Mandela effect, right? It's just more like how I was saying with like time travel is basically like, this was one theory about how the Mandela effect worked, was somebody time travel back into the past, get a ripple effect, and some people remember how it used to be, and some of the smaller details that have changed, some people don't remember. They just became a part of the change, and they, then they had, some people say it was more than one dimension, right? So we was in more than one dimension, and the dimensions merged, some people slipped out of one dimension into another dimension, and they remember the other dimension that we used to was in, and they're just some theories of where the Mandela effect came from, right? Not saying which one is which one and which one the ones who believe in and which one I believe in. I'm just saying this is what I'm hearing, like people trying to figure out where the Mandela effect originated from. Not the name of the Mandela effect, but the actual cause of why people is experiencing the Mandela effect, right? And that'd be like with Kit Kat, right? Some people say they remember on the Kit Kat bar they had a line between the Kit Kat. Some people say, well, they always had a line, then they go check the Kit Kat bar, like, damn, it never was a line. They go look at some things and say, damn, I thought I remember seeing Kit Kat bar had a line in them. Somebody, other people that might sit look at the Kit Kat bar and be like, I never seen a line in the Kit Kat bar. I don't remember no line. So that's why some people say it was like a different reality, and some people just kind of slipped into this reality. They guessing there might have been a 2012 thing, the world. I mean, when I say it's deep, it's a lot of stuff that go with that. But I'm gonna digress about that, and we want to get that conversation started with the Mandela effect. When I holler at the flip money, we're gonna get this going through StreamYard. So once we get this going through StreamYard, I might just say, hey, look, boom, here go a link. Who wanna hop in? Throw it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I VIP everybody. I don't, I don't do me, I do we. We all get thrown there. I throw it in the chat. Anybody hop in there, I might have to figure out how to regulate it a little bit just to make sure, or scan some people, because they might have something, or somebody might do something that's extra. You know what I'm saying? Extra on extra. And you can't unsee some shit sometime. But at the same time, we're gonna make sure we're gonna get this shit together. Like how they be coming out. Y'all, the people y'all been here since day one, they remember the last episode, or you came in on this episode like, man, 5 years from now, y'all be like, I remember when Triple Cup first came in talking about some synergy. Right, exactly. I'm with it. And it's like, we don't just get one topic, we get, everything. Stuff start building up. We get to bring in, it don't feel stale. We can always keep something unique and new. And we can bring up topics that we just want to talk about. We don't have to just stay focused on one individual thing. Like I was saying, if people want to know about the Mandela effect, that might be something that dreamers think about. Right now, you're probably saying, what the hell is he talking about? One of those people? Just hit the like button. Say, hey, Triple Cup, man, what the fuck is you talking about, that crazy ass shit? What is a Mandela effect? Then I probably get a couple people that may say, hey, we know about the Mandela effect. Same thing with the flat earth theory. They got a lot of people say they believe in flat earth theory and stuff like that. Some people say they don't. Might send a link and say, hey, hop in. I want you to explain and tell me why you think the flat earth is, why this, why that. You don't have to bash nobody else, but just tell me why you think it's this. That person might say that. And they might have a person come in and don't think this, and why you just, and not the person that think that the earth is just round, but you're a person that debunks this or whatever like that. Keep it casual, but you know what I'm saying, make it synergy, collective mind, different perspective, different thoughts. Why you feel this way here, why you don't feel that way. You know, I want to bring up those types of things. Now I know it's back up there. I need to be going back to my live reaction with Donald Trump. New nickname. Man, I said that, my life said, like, no, Chuck, you is not finna sit here and do it. Let's see. Where were you? Trump new nickname. And this is what happens when you go live and try to do a live reaction while you live. It lively don't work. Man, I can find it. I gotta take a few seconds. The last thing I don't want to do. Yeah, this is what happened. I think it was Donald Trump that did this up. Yeah, cause it's not nowhere in my, it's not even in my recents. Cause you know I was watching it, and when it did what it did, so it don't even show up in my recent watch history. They like, no, Triple Cup, you is not finna trump us out. But we scuba diving. We gonna find it. We gonna find it. Trump, you will never hide your nickname. You better hope y'all deleted this off of YouTube before I watch it. Trump, okay, you know that's not it. Okay, where are you, Trump? No. Gotcha. We got him. We got him. We're going live for the live reaction, by the live reaction on Donald Trump.
President Trump announced yesterday he will not be able to throw out the ceremonial first pitch in the New York Yankees game next month.
Okay, we talked about the pitch. We talked about him throwing the pitch and side on shit. Him going in on the child virus.
Vaccines, our economy, and much else. And then ran the tweet by his proofreader, Brett Favre. Looks good. Let's hit the back nine. President Trump mocked Joe Biden on Twitter yesterday after the former vice president mistakenly referred to Arizona as a city when everyone
Arizona City.
Two cities. Everything else is rest stops. The joke was written by Arizona's own Alex Bays. President Trump toured an innovation center in North Carolina today. Said employees, "Sir, we have so much more to show you than the door. This is incredible. It opens like that. I'm not touching anything. No button, no handle. It knows I'm here." In an interview yesterday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi criticized President Trump's handling of the coronavirus pandemic and called him Mr. Make Matters Worse. So I guess I have to come up with a new nickname for my penis. What? The kids are here? Yeah, they really shouldn't be.
I'm thinking there's gonna be something crazy. Mr. Make Matters Worse. That sounds like a Mr. Donald Trump, Mr. President Donald Trump, Mr. Make Matters Worse. See how they sound the same?
It was in earshot for the monologue.
But
It's a late night show.
I could have came up with something better than that.
That's right, Mr. Make Matters Worse. That is a terrible nickname. Sounds like the name of a Taylor Swift song that wasn't good enough to make the album. And you know what you call
I think I said
the Taylor
dumb
Swift
name. I thought it was
song
gonna be something.
isn't good enough to make the album? Probably an excellent song.
Yeah.
Washington's NFL team announced last week they would be called the Washington Football Team until they...
Oh yeah, let's talk about some football. Oh, mad. Nope, not mad. Washington Redskins. Now, to be honest with you, I like the Native American theme. They need to keep the Native American theme, but they need to go to some Native American people and find something that's not inspirational, something that's, you know what I'm saying, that give them better representation and make something that they are like. It's my bad for stuttering, but I'm trying to think of that word. Can't think of it at this moment because I'm watching these little things that do this shit here. So I know y'all probably hearing me. Don't know if it's slow or what's going on, but I'm trying to work through it, and hopefully it does what it does and it comes out well. hopefully anyway. But with the Washington Redskins, okay, I understand how they feel offensive by that because it's red skin, trying to say Native American, uh, tomahawks, it had to be tomahawks or the yeah, cause tomahawks would be what I'm saying, can the Chiefs or like Kansas City Chiefs, like how they got like something inspiring or whatever like that. But I for me personally, I don't know tomahawks and Chiefs probably because the Chiefs is basically arrowhead and there'll be like a tomahawk. That'd be the only thing I could think of. So maybe they heard this in because the Washington Tomahawks or something like that. Apaches. Bigfoot, Blackfoot, or the Washington. Name it. What's that character? Tomahawk. Not. Okay, what's the one out for Mortal Kombat? Thunder. Washington Thunders. No, they already got a name for Washington Thunders. I mean, not Washington Thunders. I mean, you know what? They get paid all that money for them. If they roll with Tomahawk, tell them they got to break us out something. If they go with Tomahawk, this background and all this stuff here, we supposed to be laid out. We supposed to be enjoying some flashy ass shit around here. So Washington, if y'all use Tomahawks, look out for us. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what else you got to talk about. But they finally want to change the name of the Washington Redskins after all these years. But I want to know what y'all think about why now.
Permanent name is chosen. They also introduced their new
and let me know too. Tell me down there, let me know why you think so.
Mascot. That's right. Washington's NFL team will now be called the Washington football team. I would make fun of their lack of originality, but
hey, I can fuck with it. That's like me naming my dog.
They reportedly put a city on lockdown after the first possible coronavirus case in the country. What a shame for residents who can no longer enjoy it and brag that he was, quote, in so many rap songs, like 79 or something, adding, at least, I assume Juicy was about me.
Of course, you should know that I never, under any circumstances, ate sardines for dinner. If you don't know,
now you know.
Fox Sports announced last week that it'll add a virtual crowd to baseball games and will include animated fans. That's right, it'll feature every type of MLB fan, including bored man, bored woman, guy who misses every play because he's on his phone, kid who's only going to catch a ball if an adult feels bad and gives her the one they just caught, and of course, man clearly cheating on his wife. Today was Bagpipe Appreciation Day, and I hate to break it to you, pal, but I think they're clapping because
Appreciation Day.
Anyway.
That was yesterday?
Appreciate it. A couple in Minnesota were kicked out of a Walmart over the weekend for wearing a face mask with Nazi symbols. Man,
oh yeah, y'all heard about?
Go when you get kicked up.
All right, this how crazy these people are. This was something I found out about like 2 days ago, or a day ago. Yeah, about a day ago. Now they had these people. They were saying that they was wearing these Nazi masks so they could say they wearing awareness of anti-Naziness. Is like some reverse psychology, overthink thought stuff that they thought they was thinking, I guess, or excuse that they was trying to use. But anytime you wearing this merchandise, that means this is what you representing. That's like me wearing some gang banging stuff. Like I wear some blue bandana around my head, and I walk up in there doing some gang signs and stuff like that. And I say, "What up, cuz," and other crip words. And I'm around a bunch of bloods, and they say, "Oh, what you doing? What you doing around here?" Whatever word they use to talk about each other. And then I'm like, "I'm not a crip, I'm a blood." And then they look at me like, "Then why you got on blue?" And I'm looking at them like, "Oh, my bad, I ain't must know what to do." Some crazy stuff like that. That's how I'm looking at situations like that. But I digress.
Not a Walmart.
No, I don't. But these people lay around there and put on Nazi masks to talk about anti-Naziness. Instead, if you're going to do an anti-Nazi, you put the red circle with the line through it, and then you can have a little small anti and put a quote saying Black Lives Matter. If that's what you want to do, that could have made more sense. But if you wearing a straight Nazi outfit, that's like you putting a Ku Klux Klan robe on your head and saying, oh, I'm not being a Ku Klux Klan member, but I'm just got this cross burning in these black folks' front yard. It's either you think people stupid, or you so stupid you think you stupid that people don't know that you stupid. Because either way it goes, you still stupid. You want people to know that you're stupid, but how stupid you really are. You really think people so stupid they don't know that you trying to get a thrill, a reaction out of people that you like you trying to get a oh shit, like ooh, like somebody rapping and they say a line, I'll cut your leg off and feed it to my pit bull, you know, some bullshit, you know, just to get a person to say, oh man, you heard what he said, and you wanted people to say, oh man, you seen the people inside the Walmart, they had the Nazi stuff on, and they were talking about anti-Nazi and stuff, and they got Nazis and all this stuff. I don't think they wanted was some attention so they can get some people to like and some people to dislike. Well, you got it. Like I was saying earlier, y'all ready for this callback? You know what I'm saying? Like I Dave Chappelle, you know, to talk about some callbacks. I can bust some bitches too, somewhat. But by me even bragging on myself, that's why my callback can't work right. I should have just did it. But yeah, but she, the more I do this, the better it's gonna become. But like when she was wearing the stuff, saying what she ain't going, what she not doing, and how she not representing Nazi-ness and stuff like that, but she actually wearing this Nazi-ness stuff, so she actually is what she are, and she doing it for attention. That's the only thing I'm saying, that she doing it for the likes and trying to get famous by I forgot what this word, but a shock factor. That's what it's called, a shock factor. So she can get a shock factor reaction out of people. But like the callback, some people say some people go viral for the one thing they don't want to go viral for. That's the callback.
It's like auditioning for a porno and not getting the part. And finally, Cheez-Its has announced a new partnership with a winery to offer a combined box of wine and Cheez-Its.
Wine and
All you need
Cheez-Its.
to find is someone to break up with you. Honey, you can let the kids back in, the monologue's over. I would say it was fine. It was a fine one.
Yeah, I don't want to play your music. That's too much of it. But you get me messed up playing your music and shit. Oh yeah, on news of my growing, I got some banana trees, right? See, this is my thing. Let me tell you all the stuff I got in my yard. I got a peach, pear, plum, 2, 3 grapevines, but they all intertwining together. Blueberry, 3 blackberries, orange tree. I might have named something again. Strawberries, peppers, thyme, mint, basil. What else I have? Mint. What else I have? And I said, oh, the 2 banana trees too. I had got 2 banana trees. Oh, Chinese plum trees. I got a plum tree and I got a Chinese plum tree. Got that from my mama. Oh, and I got some tomatoes. But that's when I had my yard. So I've been watching some stuff about gardening and all this other type of stuff, and the Discovery Channel. So it's crazy that I'm the type of person, like a lot of people don't realize this about me. They be like, that's first person to see me there, think that I'm just a person that just run around on the streets all day, every day. Then they find out that I be in a lot of tech information about tech and computers, and you know, because I know what a CPU is, the GPU, the RAM, and you know, learn about frames per second, and just, you know, that sir can go on. And people are like, damn, I didn't know you was into gaming and stuff like that. And then they see that to, oh, damn, I didn't know you was into movies and what's going on with them. And, you know, it goes from that to like, damn, you do stuff outside with gardening and stuff as well. Like, yeah, you know, so I get out there and plant some stuff or do this and do that. I like nature and being out in nature, being around and enjoying fresh air and just enjoying life and just doing stuff and having fun. You know, just putting a smile on my face, you know what I'm saying? And just pulling in good energy when the people come back, you know, around me, you know, dapper, like, but man, what's good, you know, boom, 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 you know, having, smiling and, you know, enjoying it and just feeling the good vibes that's coming with just being a good person and good presence. You know, for me, that's riches. for me, that make me feel like I'm rich. You know, so I done seen people with big money and they can't sleep at night. You know, I got people that be grudging with other people. It shows on their face how mad they gonna be looking for the rest of their life and how they feel, and they always look like they wanna, you know, it just weighs down on them, and that's how they live their life. And I be looking like, why? Why would I want to live like that? Why would I want to be like that? Why would I want to be mad at people for people being themselves? I just want to have fun, enjoy life. People come around me. No, I'm not trying to hurt or harm nobody. I just want to have a good time and spread good vibes and receive some good vibes. And we just do it, you know, have some time. Talk some shit too. Don't get me wrong. I like to talk shit. You know, might as well. Why not? I could take a shit talking as well, you know. But as long as it's just shit talking, have fun. Like I said, I like the good vibe shit. I don't like to be around the bullshit with the bullshit when it's about bullshit. Now, I will talk about some real shit as well, like when it comes down to news. So let's see what's got going on about some rules. They got some, hurricane. Damn. I need to be paying more attention to the weather. They got a hurricane that's hovering over Texas. That's pretty much going on right now. See by me going, that's the one I didn't look at. Excuse me, I started ramming about the women, the family, the couple or whatever it is that was wearing the Nazi mask on their face. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. This is strictly off of CBS.
A couple Soda is under fire after being seen wearing swastika.
Hold up, we're gonna get back to the swastika. Give me 10 seconds, or after this refill, I'll be right back. Okay, hey, look, I got it now. You heard me? Look, I got it. You know how I want the Synergy Talk to be like a hood version of the Joe Rogan podcast. And I wanted to have that feel where we talk about things like that. Like, you know how Joe Rogan, they can go all around the board, talk about what they want to talk about, say what they want to talk about. And I don't know when you see this video, because this is at the verge where I heard that Joe Rogan just signed a contract. I don't want to get to the level. I want to keep it up. I can be free to do what I want to do. Have people come. We sit down for an hour or two. We talk for when long as we want. And how he have his podcast going, I want to be on that level. Like a hood version of that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I get a little piece of on that level, you know, that's one of the people. Yeah, exactly. Think about it. That's what I, you know, so that's what I do all day long. We can speak about everything and all things. Now we back from these after the messages, after the fill up, we'll be right back. We back. So now that we back, let's see what it was. What I said, CBS. That's what it was. CBS had to say about the swastikas that they was wearing in Walmart. The people that need to slap themselves. I guess what they actually have people that like abuse. They actually have people that like pain. So some people like to be physically abused. Some people like to be talk upon abuse. Like, you ain't this, you ain't. Some people deep down they like it as a rush, as a thrill. Some people think about it. Don't believe the hype. Some people that you will say, oh, this person a gangster. This person gangsters. All this stuff here. Most of these people that you think that's really gangsters, no, they doing that because it's an addiction, and what they're addicted to is the thrill. Selling drugs, all that. 90% of the time is an addiction. And the addiction that they addicted to is that thrill. Now, how many people gonna tell y'all some real shit like that? But let's go ahead and talk about this swastika ass woman that want her thrill. She wanted her ass kicked.
Masks inside a Walmart store over the weekend. In a video posted on social media, the couple was confronted by others in the store.
You're wearing a swastika.
So if our viewers couldn't understand what she was saying through her swastika mask, that woman said in the video, quote, "If you vote for Biden, you're going to be living in Nazi Germany. That's what it's going to be like." This incident took place in Marshall, Minnesota on the first day of the state's mandatory mask mandate. For more on this, let's bring in Bo Erickson. He's a CBS News campaign reporter.
Oh,
Bo,
man, that
great
is
to be
crazy.
Speaking with you.
You see?
Very
when white people do stuff go wrong.
Though. You actually spoke with people who saw these individuals.
When white people go
what
wrong.
were the shoppers saying, and were they actually confronted?
Well, hi, Lana. You're right. This is a very shocking video that a lot of people saw this weekend. It's been shared thousands and thousands of times already. And it actually is a little personal to me because that is my hometown
and that's me
Walmart
trying to
store right down my
emulate
house,
his
right down the street
expression.
from my parents' house. So I was able to get a lot of people on the phone real quickly and try to figure out what actually happened here. And it
Not
looks
homosexual,
like I
but you know
spoke with
that
the person who
happy
actually recorded the video. And she is a Lutheran vicar, actually, nearby in a nearby town. And she said that she saw these two individuals wearing the swastika masks earlier in the store. She went to go then report them to store management. And then after that, that is when she turned around and they were checking out right then and there. As you saw, they were confronted by a little group of people, and the person who filmed the video said that it was mostly younger people in the store that took issue with it. So there was this back and forth, and then it came out to be that these two people were trying to use this racist symbol, the swastika, to make a more political point about Joe Biden, the candidate that I cover in the presidential race right now, about that if he is elected, he will make the country socialism. And obviously the swastika does not mean socialism, it's Nazism. And so the woman was trying to explain this to them in a very offensive way. And I think she needs to check her historical facts.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Bo, as you were talking to people in your hometown there, were you able to figure out either who these people are or get them to explain a little bit more of, because they said that they were trying to protest against fascism, protest against socialism, by wearing these masks as opposed to celebrating.
Hey, anything, let me pause this. Oops, wrong button. Well, I stopped it. Fuck it. Anything you want to run about with Senator yeah, I don't even think which one you talking about? Yeah. Find out if they're stupid or not, but man, let me say something about this Halo Infinite right quick. People hating on the Halo Infinite because they was watching a live stream from Microsoft Xbox showing the event in live, which was not in 4K. Second of all, a lot of people's streams didn't even do 1080p when it was doing a live feed. Probably was doing sub 720p. Let's be honest. And after that live stream was over with, you could have went back and watched it in true 4K. Most people, they jump straight off of, oh, I seen it on such and such, it didn't look good, Meanwhile, the internet was slow. So the image was probably chugging a little bit as well. When I was seeing people talking about, oh, they made Halo look like back in the days and stuff like that, they were listening to the fans. Of course, the fans said, oh, I missed this original Halo vibe and look, but updated to give us that feel with that world. So they took the original Halo look and they're going to give you an option of being able to upgrade your gear. You can see all this being available. And they're going to change because they're going to take all these resources and add them into this open world. And at the same time, if you go back and you look at the 4K version of it, it looks amazing. The detail is there. Everything amazing. They just giving you the the retro look. That's like you putting on some retro gear when you playing Mortal Kombat 11 and you put on Sub-Zero retro gear and it's like crispy, clear and good looking, but you know that's his retro gear. And everybody I know, they miss the original Halo days, give you the original Halo feel, but add this new shit to it. Why are people complaining? Because it's Microsoft. Now with that being said, they don't like it, forget them. I just wanted to go ahead and run the last little minute out and throw my little thoughts about that Halo shit that everybody talking about, because they're getting on my nerves about that. Halo is a good game. If you don't like Halo, don't talk about it. If you're a Halo fan and they're doing something that you dislike and you want to express your opinion, do me a favor. Make sure that your opinion console is based on this. Well, with that being said, I'm finna hit this little end button. Peace, love, all that good shit. Next time, Up With a Cup with your boy Chuck. Up With a Cup in the morning with Chuck. I don't know what happened to the last episode though. It should have been uploaded in here, but it didn't. I don't know. This might